Good morning, and apologies for starting a little bit late this morning, but we were all rather taken aback and shocked this morning to come in to discover that Ann Widdecombe, our very good friend and contributor to this show, has passed away. Late last night, we understand. We're not quite sure what happened, but we'll be paying tribute to her this morning because she was a wonderful woman. She was very much in the prime of life, very much a great contributor to this programme. And we miss her. And it's only a few days ago we were speaking to her, and she was as feisty as ever, and as funny as ever, and as scoldy as ever, as she used to sometimes be with me. And I'd just like to pay a little tribute to Ann Widdecombe this morning before we do anything else, because these things are important, you know? And you just never know, do you? Exactly when that time is going to come. She seemed as healthy as she's ever been. I've known Anne for quite a few years now, and she's done some incredible things. She's always stood up for what she believed in. She's always said what she thought. She's never kowtowed to anyone. She's never changed her views because it was likely to get her elected. She's never decided that she should suddenly become something she isn't, or become something she wasn't. So we'd just like to wish her all the best, to pay tribute to her and to thank her for all the things she did personally for us here at the Mike Graham Show, but also just in life in general. And we don't know yet whether her family are going to be able to talk to us or be contactable, but we just really want to share what was great about Ann Widdecombe, because she was absolutely a brilliant woman. And as I say, we shall miss her. And Lembit Öpik's with me this morning. Lembit, very good morning to you.
Hi.
You knew Anne, I'm sure.
Very well, 30 years.
Yeah.
And
what a woman.
she was remarkable in two ways. She never, ever bent on her principles.
No.
Ever.
No.
And the second thing is she was tremendously respectful to everybody. Although she was clearly from the right, there was something about her which transcended party politics. You couldn't dislike her, really. I remember when I lost my seat, she was one of the very few people who took the trouble to send me a handwritten note telling me to take heart and so forth. She didn't have to do that. Also, I bet you recall, she was one of the progenitors of Michael Howard's Doom when he was leader. There's something of the night about him.
Which is one of the most fantastic descriptions of him, because for all of the things that you could have thought of saying about him, that kind of summed him up, didn't it?
Yeah, and
you weren't quite sure what she meant, but you kind of got it.
The kind of a Peter Cushing sort of suggestion there.
Yes.
If there's one person who's going to go to heaven, it's her. She never drank. She
never married.
Never married. Probably was a virgin when she passed on. There's a huge debate about that. She used to talk about it herself.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that she is a loss to us all. She was here on Monday.
Yeah.
And so if you've got
I know. I mean, I feel as though we sort of have unfinished business almost, you know, because I would have wanted to speak more to her this Monday coming about all the revelations around reform and all of the shenanigans around the by-election, which I don't think it had actually been called on Monday when we spoke to her, because it was Monday sort of late morning, wasn't it? And she was always she always had an opinion. She always had a view. She always had something interesting to say and something interesting to add to the general gaiety of the nation.
I do some mentoring of people who want to make it into politics, and this lady asked me yesterday, who should I look at? I said to her yesterday, Ann Widdecombe. She's an absolute role model, because she says it like it is, and her erudition, the way she would describe things. I remember being at a reform conference, and she was going on about LGBTQ, and she said, all of us will only meet two genders, men and women, and that's it.
Right.
It's just wonderfully simple.
And absolutely no nonsense, and a kind of a particular kind of British person, really, who epitomises what we would like to think of ourselves as, if you know what I mean. You know, like if somebody said to you, show me somebody who's sort of British, and you go, Ann Widdecombe.
And she was totally presentable anywhere in the world as a role model. In fact, when I was in Parliament, she was one of those people you could actually ask advice from regardless of what party you're in, and she'd sit and be patient.
Yeah.
And she made it to minister as well, of course, so she did get to high
she was
office.
she was Home Office Minister, I think, wasn't she,
yeah.
in terms of in charge of prisons. I mean, she was. Well, funnily enough, we were talking about prisons just on Monday because that was an issue about these people who are going to be let out by the Labour government, who are dangerous murderers, rapists, paedophiles, and it was just horrendous. And she was very much against that sort of thing, and just very traditional. I can't praise her enough, really, because I feel as though I've lost a friend.
Yeah, well, we have.
That's
here.
how it feels.
Lost a friend as well.
The channel's lost a friend, and broadcasting has, politics has, Britain has as well. We've lost a great ambassador. Yeah. When I was in Washington at the beginning of the week, and one of the subjects that we came up talking about was who are the great politicians of the present day. And there is almost no one like Ann Widdecombe now. Somehow those sorts of people have evaporated from politics. And she I'm actually really shocked because I only found out from Charlotte as I was coming in.
Well, funnily enough, I got a message from somebody who I don't know terribly well last night, and I was quite late, and I was about to go to sleep, and the message just said, "Is it true about Ann Widdecombe?" And I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just kind of went to bed, went to sleep, and didn't really give it. I certainly didn't think that this had happened. I thought maybe, she suddenly announced she's going to join the Labour Party or something,
That's very unlikely.
Yeah, exactly.
More likely to go to heaven than go to Labour, I would say.
Exactly. And I'm just really shocked. Yeah. I think we all are.
We're meant to
Pooch is here, Charlotte, quite sad about it all, really.
Yeah, well, it's an emotional thing. We're human beings, and she's somebody that I think we're entitled to grief because she is... she's a soul, and she was a Christian. She never, ever hid her Christianity under a bushel.
No.
We almost have to apologise for being Christians in this country now.
Yeah.
She never did. And she was funny, she was clear. Obviously, it must have been natural causes or something, because she was totally energetic. It wasn't like she was flagging in any way. We're looking at the headlines. Not one of them, of course, has this story.
No.
Tomorrow, it should be the front page on every paper.
Well, the trouble is, on days like this, when things like this happen, you feel like you don't really want to talk about anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't seem right. Well, it feels like you should just be talking about Ann Widdecombe, I don't know if did you manage to find a clip from Monday?
I'll load it up shortly.
What would Ann be talking about today?
I think if I had Ann on this morning, I think we would be talking about Andy Burnham and his rather ludicrous self-aggrandising video that he put out yesterday, standing inside the parliamentary estate, but by the way, he didn't ask permission to film, and as you will know, you have to ask permission to film, and he's standing there saying, I've just gone in and voted for myself. It's all starting to become a bit real. And you just think, you complete tosser.
She wouldn't use language like that.
She wouldn't, and she would upbraid me for it as well, because people have already sent me messages saying they used to really enjoy when she scolded me slightly for being a little bit either rude or slightly perfunctory or just generally sort of
childish
or stupid. All of which are the things I could be. And she's one of the few people I would take it from, by the way, and I just go, okay, I'm sorry, Anne.